The Donut Bag is brought to you by Penn Highway Marketplace, the marketplace for vintage goods, quality collectibles, and handmade crafts. It's where I get all my sports memorabilia. Go to facebook.com/Penn Highway. That's facebook.com/PENNHWY and mention I sent you. All right. So you've probably heard this. So don't get mad at me. Don't kill a messenger. I've heard this so many times about the Bills. The window is closed. That's it. They had their chance, and they don't have any more chance to win anymore. Give me a break.
And I'm gonna give you the most cliche response. This year is our year. So
there you go.
We've been saying it. We're just gonna keep saying it. That's where we're at.
And it is. They're still in really good shape.
Absolutely, I think so.
Yeah. I don't think they have anything to worry about. The biggest thing you have to worry about is just keeping Josh Allen safe. Just keep him upright, and you're fine.
Yeah, and keeping our team healthy in general. Injuries were huge for us last year, and having, key players missing was really, really hard. Having Trey out, having Vaughn out, having Micah Hyde out were huge blows. So to have them all back, and obviously DeMar, oh my goodness, I was so excited to go to training camp. I went this past Sunday, going again this coming Sunday, but to see him out there and just to see the energy that people have for him and how happy they are to see him is incredible. And he's been padded up practicing. So it's a lot to look forward to for sure.
I think it is absolutely amazing that he can actually still play football. That he's alive, let alone can go out there and play football.
Adversity and just the courage he has to go back out there and to keep playing, and the love he has for Buffalo is just incredible.
I don't know if we've talked since that all happened last year.
I don't think we have, no.
But there is such a, there is always a connection between Pittsburgh and Buffalo, but this whole Damar Hamlin thing, he's a Pittsburgh kid that went to University of Pittsburgh, and now he's with Buffalo, and I just get emotional thinking about it. My goodness, what an amazing thing.
Hard, yeah.
When he came out for the ESPYs and gave the award to the trainers that saved his life, oh my goodness, that's you
couldn't not cry.
Yeah, you have to cry. That's absolutely amazing. But actually, he had to start last year because who was hurt with the safeties?
Micah Hyde got hurt in our game against the Titans, and I was at that game, and I was just like, oh no.
Yeah.
I really appreciated how DeMar stepped up. Obviously he was out there with Jordan Poyer, so obviously Micah Hyde is a fantastic player, so it was a big role to fill, but how he stepped up, I think everyone was really appreciative of that.
Yeah. But this year it should be Jordan Poyer and Micah Hyde as a safety, as long as they stay healthy. Who left on the with the linebackers? Was that Edmonds? Yeah. So that's a big one. But you're getting Von Miller back.
We should that is, that's huge.
That was such a blow when he left. That really stunk. So
I said no more Thanksgiving games. We won in every single time slot. There's no reason for the Bills to play again, because there's always some type of sacrifice. And the last time, obviously it was Vaughn this past year. And then before that, it was in New Orleans, and I was at that game, and it was Trey White when he got hurt. So I don't have a soft spot in my heart for Thanksgiving games.
Stop with the Thanksgiving. We know they're popular. Let somebody else play those.
Yeah, let someone else have some, some spotlight out there.
Yeah. Okay. What's the deal with Stephon Diggs? Is he upset? Or is there a problem? Is everything okay now?
There's no problem. He's great. He actually had a really cool kids camp. So Diggs Day, he held down at University of Maryland, where he went. Actually, my son got to go to it and participate. The way he interacts with kids and just how excited he is and the energy he has for them, going through the drills and just spending time with them. The families didn't have to pay anything, the entire day to have their kids there. So it was
awesome.
It was incredible, right? Especially for families, football camps can be extremely expensive, and sometimes that prohibits really good talented players from being able to participate in camp. So for him to alleviate that burden was really, really huge. But I think the media, they were just so quick to make rumors and just like think the absolute worst because he missed one day. And I'm just like, my goodness, if like we miss one day of work, like our coworkers and like the rest of the world like flipping out, making all these like mean rumors about us, like I just was like, this was like,
could you imagine if there was like a big like we talked to Angelina's boss and he said it was very concerning that she took the day off.
That's literally how I thought of it. I'm like, how bizarre would that be? And we're doing that to him. And I'm like, it's just very unnecessary, like all the way around. But no, I think they interviewed him and he wants to retire, a Buffalo Bill. So I'm not worried. He's been really, really engaged in practice. I always see him talking to the younger players, talking to the other wideouts. So he's locked in for sure.
Good. So at tight end, Dawson Knox is still there, but they got this Dalton Kincaid first round draft pick. He's going to play a lot. Is he actually going to like be the number one tight end?
I don't know, but I think it's going to be a pretty steep competition. He's looked really good so far. So, which was what we want. We want, we want it to be competitive. We want people fighting for their spots.
Right. Yeah, that would be a huge extra weapon. And then at running back, there's someone new, James Cook.
Yes. Oh, I'm a big fan of him.
I hear so many good things about him.
He's just so fast, but no, I was watching him in camp the other day and just the way he runs is it's so fun to watch. I thought he did great last year. He was probably one of my favorite people. I was glad that we drafted. So I'm excited to see how he excels this year.
Yeah, they need to use the running back more.
Yeah, because we don't have
Josh
Terry anymore. So he's gonna be.
Stop doing everything, Josh Allen. Stop it.
No,
slow down. You're getting older.
As much as he loves to run and we love watching him hurdle people, we need him to, calm it down a little bit.
Calm it down. Yeah. Just
other people who can run the ball too. Let's use them,
Yeah. Maybe James Cook can hurdle people. We don't know. Maybe
we don't know unless we see it. So
yeah. But bad news. There's the Jets and the Dolphins. That's too bad, Bills. Your chance is gone. The Jets and the Dolphins are just too good. Oh boy.
Such a bummer.
Such a bummer. The Jets are gonna be so interesting, and
they are.
I just have a feeling that this whole Aaron Rodgers thing is not gonna go well for them.
No.
I just have a feeling.
I don't know why, but I can already see like division in the locker room. I think Aaron has a really strong personality, but I don't know if it's always a personality that like you want to gravitate to. So I'm just curious how that's going to go down. Like if they start playing bad, is he just going to be, mad at the world and mad at everybody else? Or is he going to be a leader and try to, encourage the rest of the team and try to bring them up? So I'm curious how that's going to go.
Very, very curious. Everything now is all we love each other. Everything's wonderful.
He's walking around the facility barefoot. I heard.
Great. Cool.
Whatever it takes,
Did you see him in that when they took that picture of him in that uniform? He looked like one of those Disney movies of like the old man is coming back to play football. Look at this. Like
I did.
It wasn't a good look.
I will say the memes have been A1 since to the Jets. I'm like, wow, this is funny.
Yeah. So everything's wonderful now. If things don't go, there's so much pressure. Like they have to be perfect. They have to make the playoffs, do well in the playoffs. They only got him for another year or two. Right. That's it. The dude's what, 40 years old? I mean,
up there.
It's not going to last long. If things don't start off well, oh boy.
Yeah.
That could
It might be
just
a rude awakening of like, did I really need to come here? Should I have done this?
like, I'm just surprised now, like the New York press is like nice to him. That might not last. That could that could go south real quick.
And he
So
very well could have the same attitudes towards them where he just doesn't feel like being nice. He doesn't feel like answering questions. So
exactly. And then the Dolphins, okay. Yeah, they got some players but I don't know. I mean, I think they're going to be good, but
I never like, I know it's always like we used to like make fun of Miami, but you can't make fun of them because whenever we play them, even if we beat them, like they put up a fight. They really do. And they've got some great players, dynamics going on down there. The fan bases have certainly exchanged words and things like that. But, to me, they're public enemy number one in the
really,
AFC East right now.
I still remember that game in Miami last year. It was like 100 degrees. And
Yeah.
I think the Bills are like, we're not used to this weather. Sorry, we don't know what to do. I don't know.
Anybody, yeah. And
That was a weird game.
they thankfully switched it this year to actually how it used to be probably about 5 years ago, where the fall game where we host the Dolphins is going to be in Buffalo in the fall, and then we play them in the wintertime. So nice little get away from the cold, get to go down in the sun. So hopefully, by that time the weather is a lot more manageable and not 100 degrees and you're passing out and cramping and things like that. Even
That's
just
how
for
it should
the
be.
fans, the way that Hard Rock Stadium is laid out is on the visitor side. You just have the sun beating down right on you because it's an open air stadium. It's rough. Like, it's really hard as a fan to sit through that too, not just.
And I'm sure they designed it that way.
Of course they did.
Just to put all the sun right on the away team. And I think they probably make the away team wear their darker jerseys to really absorb the sun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, okay, home field advantage, cool, but
yeah. So don't complain when it's here and it's cold and people are throwing snowballs at the game. I think they actually had to make an announcement during the game because some of them were like more like an ice ball than a snowball. So it was like
okay,
safety thing of like, hey guys, like we get you're having fun, but like tone it down just a little bit.
When some of those snowballs go flying, I mean, those things are thrown from like hundreds of feet away.
Oh yeah,
that could hurt.
Yeah. Especially if you have people like up in the 300s like throwing them down and like, oh, I'm trying to hit that Dolphins player, that Dolphins fan, and then you hit your own fan base,
right?
And he gets hurt. That's not cool.
But it's as weird as it is for the Bills to play like in hot weather, it has to be weird for Miami players to play in like snow.
Yeah.
That has to be such a change for them. And then the Patriots, who cares about it? Remember when like 5-6 years ago it was just the Patriots and all the other AFC East teams just weren't that good, and now it's all the AFC teams are good except for the Patriots.
It's so
what are they doing?
I don't know. For someone who like really had to suffer all those years with Brady, I'm like, you know what? The tables have turned. Life is good. It's gonna be all right.
I will never hate when the Patriots lose. I will always. I still remember those Belichick Brady teams, and I can't take it anymore. And how they cheated.
Lakegate, yeah, you name it. Oh my goodness! But my son was like really small growing up, and all he watched was like the Bills, getting beat by the Patriots, and his hate for Tom Brady just grew more and more and more. And to this day, I'm like, hey, Tom Brady's not, in New England anymore. He's like, I still hate him, and I'm like, childhood trauma, right?
That's it. Teach them young. They just, I don't know what they're doing. Mac Jones ain't it, folks. Tua is good, Aaron Rodgers is good, Josh Allen is good, and then you have this dude, and it just no, he ain't it, folks.
And we picked up Damian Harris from them too, so that's one less weapon for them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's yeah, they're gonna be last. But I mean, the way it sounds like it almost sounds like it's gonna be a three-way tie. It just sounds like the Bills, Jets, and Dolphins are gonna win like 10 or 11 games. And okay, even if so that I mean that's just gonna be really interesting. But I mean, for the Jets to, I mean, for the Bills to have a bad season is a very low possibility. But for the Jets to implode, that's probably 50-50. And then if two is gone, that's it. The Dolphins are done. So it's like, yeah, they could be good, but they also could go south real quick.
And I'm just nervous to just watch him play. Just like all the concussions he had last season and the protocol, like to constantly just keeping your body, like putting your body through. And obviously, I know he's doing it for his team, doing it his family, but it's just I just get so scared watching him. It's just like it's like you don't know. It's like what tackle is gonna be, so that it does it, and it's just hope we don't see that. Like it just makes me really nervous.
It's scary. It is. It is frightening. Anytime he takes a hit, anytime anything happens, like this could be it. And it's like, and everybody's gonna say, was it really worth bringing him back? Is it really worth him being there?
Right.
We'll see.
Because as much as Dolphins and Bills fans, don't get along, things like that. We obviously, wish the best for Tua. We just want him to be healthy for sure.
Yeah. You want him to have a good quality life.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What's the deal with Gabe Davis? Is he?
He's a question mark. I feel like sort of. I feel like I think he'll be okay. I think it's really this year is like, what do you have? Because last year I feel like he was a little bit inconsistent. I think people were expecting him to take that jump, and he was, really key catches we needed him to get, or just like really, things you should be catching. He wasn't. So it's just like, what's going on here? So I think we'll see what happens.
Yeah. He could score 4 touchdowns in the game, or he could do nothing. There's like almost no in between.
It's so uncertain. So it's like you don't necessarily know which Gabe you're gonna get that day. And I think that's the part that has people a little bit worried.
That's a little scary. I mean, there's really no besides Stephon Diggs, there's some wide receivers, but nothing like, like name brand guys. So it's either Gabe Davis or nothing. Maybe they'll have both tight ends out there a lot. I don't know.
Who knows? I'm curious how they're gonna switch it up. I know we just picked up Andy Isabella as well, and from the Cardinals.
Oh, that's right.
I think he's probably going to have a bigger role in special teams and returning, only because Naeem Hines we don't have right now. Unfortunately, he had a jet ski.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, that's so sad. That was so sad. He did nothing. He was just there. He was just there. Somebody hit him.
He got hit. It's just terrible timing.
So how do you think the AFC East is going to go? Do you think? Obviously, Bills in first.
Yeah. I think it's division-wise. I think everyone's going to put up a really good fight. I don't think the Bills are going to have any blowouts against any of their divisional games. Maybe against the Patriots, but I think the Dolphins and Jets, I think those are going to be really tight, contested games. Because, everyone's, putting the Bills on a pedestal. It's like you either have people putting the Bills on a pedestal or saying, you're shot. It's time for, Miami or New Jersey to rise up here. So I say New Jersey because they don't play anymore. There's only one.
There is only one team in New York.
Couple of Bills, but I think they have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder that they're going to be like, you know what, like we want to show that we could be in the top spot. So I think those games are going to be really, really hard.
In week 1. Monday night at the Jets. Starting it right away, baby.
See Rodgers and Allen right off the bat. See how it goes.
Yeah.
I kind of wish, obviously they're going to play each other like later in the season, but that was something I was hoping would be like little bit later in the season instead of like
Yeah.
the first headliner game, but gotta
Yeah.
do what sells.
Home to the Raiders, that's a win. Home to at Washington, that's a win. Home to Miami, October 1st. Okay. Home to Jacksonville. Jacksonville's going to be good. That's going to be tough. Oh, you get the Giants on October 15th.
Ew.
Brian Dable, come on home.
My brother's a huge Giants fan. He has season tickets, so I know he's super amped up for that game.
I got a bad feeling about the Giants. I have a feeling it's not going to go as well as it did last year.
Yeah. Oh, they are someone who always has their hand in our cookie jar and they take our players. And I'm just like, took Dable, and then it's like cherry picking one by one. Like, who else do we want to steal from the Bills?
Right. Stop it, Dable. At New England, that's a win. Home to the Tampa, that's a win. At Cincinnati, oh, here we go.
That's
boy,
a hard game. I think emotions are going to be really strong. So I really feel like it's going to be who is the most well poised mentally, physically.
And it's a Sunday night game. Emotions are going to be very high.
It's going to be a very emotional game.
Yes,
in many different ways for sure.
Home to Denver. Well, I don't know what's going to happen with Denver. I don't know. I think they're going to be better than last year, but
I feel like everyone's not trusting Russell though, so I don't know. If he has the locker room one, I don't think he does right now.
Hey, he might be washed up. You never know. Then their dumb coach running his mouth, like, dude, shut up.
Right.
That was just rude. Like, I mean, it's true, but still. You don't say it out
loud.
Yeah. You keep that part quiet. At Philadelphia. Ooh.
That'll be fun. I think that's going to be a really fun game, actually.
Super Bowl preview right there. Dang.
I think so. That's what I was hoping for last year. I was hoping for a Philly and Buffalo Super Bowl. So
that would have been cool.
Fingers crossed for this year. We'll see.
That would have been cool. And then a bye week, and then at Kansas City. Why does it always have to be at Kansas
City?
Always
in Kansas City.
Why don't you come to Buffalo, Chiefs? Come on, Mahomes.
I know. It's been a few years. I'm like, I know you're not afraid of the cold. That can't be it.
It's like, Patrick, the Chiefs are so good in the playoffs. They play at home and heck out of the bye week every year.
They don't want to leave their barbecue behind.
I hear it's pretty good barbecue. Home to Dallas. Who knows what's Dallas going to be?
They're a hot mess.
At the Chargers. That's probably going to be home
game. That'll be, I think, a tough game.
That'll be interesting. Home to New England, and then at Miami. Last game on January 7th. So good. Yeah. In the middle of winter, that's when you want to go to Miami. It'll be comfortable.
Weather's really nice. Like I said, you're not gonna, boil and melt in 100-degree weather.
So what do you think? Because last year they went 13. What did they? How many did they win last year?
I don't know off the top of my head. I think
was it 13-4, something like that, or 14-3, something like that. So this year, how many wins do you think they'll have?
I think it'll be right around there again. Actually,
I think, yeah.
I think there's gonna be like really silly games. We beat ourselves over, and I think one or two of them are going to be divisional games, unfortunately.
I basically guaranteed last year that the Bills are going to the Super Bowl. I'm going to do that again because every year I'm saying this is a great team, but they're really motivated, and they still are.
Yeah.
This is it. This is the year.
Building off of what they had. I think that's the biggest thing, is just to keep pushing, keep going forward.
Even I heard Josh Allen say, it's like, I need to do less. I can't do everything.
Right.
It's true.
I think that's huge for him to understand that it takes a team, and like, it's okay to trust your teammates, as much as we love, like I said, watching him run and make all these, crazy plays and QB runs. Like, we have other weapons, like, let's use them. Like, let's confuse these teams and like, let's get there.
Well, when he hurt his elbow, that was like, that was like a turning point in the season. Like it took him a while to get good after that.
Right.
That did mess him up. So
the nasty injury to try to play through for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, That's the stuff that just takes you out completely. So it's impressive that he even was able to play at all. All right, buddy. It was so nice to talk to you again.
Oh, good to catch up with you. Oh my gosh, it's been forever.
It has been forever, but we've known each other for a while now.
A good
My
couple years now.
goodness.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Hey, I'll see you.
Sounds good. Take care.
Bye.